Today, we're diving into a sporting event that was, well, supposed to be a straightforward celebration. Instead, it turned into something completely wild and undeniably historic. We're talking about the 2026 World Cup opener between Mexico and South Africa. You know, a game that absolutely shattered records, completely frayed nerves, and left over 80,000 fans just stunned.
Because we got hit with this unpredictable element that made this match completely unprecedented in the history of the sport.
3. Seriously, 3. That is the sheer number of red cards handed out in this single 90-minute match. That sets a brand new and frankly shocking record for a World Cup opening contest. Right out of the gate, instead of just celebrating the beautiful game, this tournament established a surprisingly aggressive, bruising tone. But getting to that 2-0 victory, it was an absolute emotional roller coaster. I mean, we started with pure jubilation in the 9th minute with a Quiñones goal. Then, early in the second half, the game completely turns with a straight red card for South Africa's Sithole. Mexico finally finds some relief midway through the second half with a Jimenez goal. And then, pure stoppage time madness concludes the match with another red card, this time for Mexico's Montes. It was this rapid, crazy transition from early triumph to total second half chaos.
Let's detail that incredibly fast start for a second.
With less than 9 minutes gone, Julián Quiñones, who, by the way, happened to be the top scorer in the Saudi League this season, struck this low shot straight through the South African goalkeeper's legs. This marks the earliest goal to start a World Cup since Germany's Philipp Lahm scored in the 6th minute way back in 2006. As you can imagine, the Azteca just erupted.
The descent into chaos.
Because, the celebration didn't stay entirely joyful. The beautiful game quickly devolved into a highly physical, bruising battle. Let's break down the refereeing by Brazilian Wilton Pereira Sampaio and look at the exact sequence of the 3 ejections that completely stunned the crowd. Step 1 happens early in the second half. South Africa's Sphephelo gets a straight red for taking down Brian Gutierrez right on the edge of the box. Step 2 just makes South Africa's day even worse. Themazwane is sent off following a VAR review. That's the video assistant referee, for striking Roberto Alvarado in the face. And finally, Step 3, Sampaio hands a red card to Mexico's Cesar Montes in stoppage time. This is absolutely crucial because it sets a frankly terrifying precedent for the rest of a grueling 48-team tournament. If teams are playing this aggressively right out of the gate, what's next?
To really contextualize the sheer aggression of this match, note the stat. South Africa became the first team to receive 2 red cards in a single World Cup match since 2006. They perfectly matched an infamous disciplinary record set by the Netherlands and Portugal 2 whole decades prior. Crazy, right?
Let's move to and see how this builds, looking ahead in Group A.
So, the opener is officially in the books, but Group A is really just getting started. Looking ahead to the schedule, on June 18th, Mexico will take their valuable 3 points and travel to Guadalajara to face off against South Korea. On that exact same day, a battered South Africa, who are now dealing with suspensions from those red cards, must try to regroup in Atlanta as they play Czechia. Which leaves us with this final, genuinely provocative thought. Will this record-breaking aggression set the tone for the entire 48-team tournament? Or was it just extreme opening day jitters under the bright lights of the Azteca? Consider this. This single opening match had just 1 fewer red card than the entirety of the 2022 Qatar World Cup. Think about that. It's an unbelievable statistic. So, is this chaos a sign of things to come or just a weird anomaly? We're definitely going to have to keep watching to find out. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.